right? The chief is somebody who is selected from a group, who is supposed to be the best, or best, then he is selected as chief. So in the same way, when your mind is, immersion is nothing but samadhi, right? In other words, samadhi, unified, as I was saying, unified. So, so you basically just focus on one thing, right? In the beginning, you are exploring many different things. As I mentioned, 6 senses, right? So through 6 senses, you explore many things, and then finally you feel certain thing good. You get a good feeling, and then after that you kind of focus on just one thing, and then there is samadhi. There is whether it is breath meditation, or whether it is metta meditation. But of course this is in a spiritual context, but in the day-to-day context, maybe in your own thing, you focus on, say, one thing, you see. Now if you look at your academic system, in the beginning you read many subjects, right? Then you bring it down to few subjects, then few, then finally it is the PhD, which is just focus on one topic, not even subject, right? Within that subject you come to just one topic, right? So similar thing is in the spiritual context also. So what it means is that then you become master of that, right? In simple word, if I say, chief, in other word, is the master. You become master of one particular topic, you see. Then you are the master of that, right? You are eventually the master. So this is how it is. And so also in the spiritual world, right? When your mind is totally collected, totally settled, or samadhi, then you are the master of your mind. You are the chief of your mind, right? So when your mind is not settled, then you are not the chief of your mind, because your mind is pulled in all different directions by all the different sensory experiences, right? So who is the ruler? So the Buddha said the ruler is the mindfulness. So mindfulness is the ruler. So generally the job of a ruler is to see, right? To, like, take the example of a government. The government job is to regulate, regulator. They're the lawmaker, as they call it, right? All the politicians, all these MPs and MLAs, they're called the lawmaker. So why they make the law is to see whether things are going on well, what is where, what's happening where, and what are the things needed. So also the mindfulness is the ruler, because the mindfulness mindfulness regulates, right? It sees our body, our mind, our thoughts, our action, So also in the general context, as I mentioned, the rulers, the government, they kind of rule the country. So mindfulness is a ruler. So if you have mindfulness, you are ruling, right? You are ruling your mind. You are ruling yourself. So which means, again, you are the ruler. Okay, then what is their overseer? So, who is the overseeing? Wisdom is their overseeing. So, um, overseeing is, say, let us say, in the worldly context, you can say, in the mundane context, is the justice department, is the judiciary. The judiciary, the lawmakers, they make the law, but the judiciary, they kind of explain it, they kind of interpret it, right? So, in the spiritual context, it is the wisdom, you know. And wisdom is what? Wisdom tell us what is wholesome, what is unwholesome, what is reality, in the bigger context. And according to Buddha, the ultimate reality is the impermanence. You see, impermanence is the reality. The reality of our life is impermanent, which is change. And the only reality of our life is change. That we are all changing, all the time. We are changing every moment, every day, every hour. We are changing, we celebrate our birthday every year, and we become older, 1 year older toward and toward our end of our life, and finally we come to the end of our life. You see, that is one way of understanding it. So also our thinking, it changes, our feeling, it changes, our thought, it changes. So that wisdom is the overseer. It is somebody who oversees, who looks after, just like the judiciary. So you can see both in the mundane and the spiritual, there is this similarity. Who is overlooking? You can say who overlooks us. It is our wisdom that kind of overlooks us. Or in the opposite side is the ignorance. Ignorance also overlooks us. It kind of tells us something which is not true. That is, it tells us that things are not changing. Even though it is changing, which means our own lack of awareness of the change. So now finally it is freedom. So what is their core? Now what is the core? All of this that is happening in our life. So freedom is their core. So if you look in our own existence, our own world, we all want freedom, isn't it? Political freedom, cultural freedom, and personal freedom. You see, the whole history is all about freedom. Our own freedom fight movement is all about that. Even if in the political context as well. So that looks like, for us, that is the core. We want freedom. And why we want freedom? Because when we are not free, we are not happy. We suffer, right? So also in the spiritual context, also the core is freedom. Freedom from our inner defilements, inner negativity. In simple word, you can call it negativity. So there is very much similarity. What is the core? Some of you may ask, what is the core in our life? What is the depth in our life? What is the purpose of our life? Such question is asked. What is the purpose? What is the depth? What is the meaning? So it is freedom. It is freedom in the spiritual sense, freedom from all the sufferings. You know. So these are some of the questions that the Buddha answered. So what is the root? What produces them? What is the origin? What is the meeting place? What is their chief? What is the ruler? What is the overseer? What is the core? So in this sutta we can understand that the starting, the end of our world, the beginning of our world, the starting of our world, the end of our world, the purpose, the meaning, whatever. Basically, I wanted to answer the question that many people ask, that I see people discussing, or including with me also, people ask about what is the meaning, what is the purpose, what is the cause, how it all starts, who runs, right? Who runs our world, who kind of take care. So this is this sutta is the answer for that, for all those questions, which is something we can understand from the simile of our own. We can take the simile from our own world, as I gave the example of our own mundane world, that day-to-day world. So this is how it is, and the core, ultimate, is the freedom. What you see from the origin and the freedom, right? The root is our desire. So there is a relation between, you can see the relation between the desire and the freedom, right? So you can connect the dot, which is you have a desire. What you have is a desire, and where your desire ends is in freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from the desire itself. You see. So when or in other word, I can say tanha. As I spoke about tanha. So there is a craving and there is a freedom. So if you are just in the craving, then you are not free, right? So that is the thing. But if you have if you have a desire for, say, freedom, but then there is a two root, right? Two root. One is craving, one is desire. You see, craving, you can take it as unhealthy, as not good, what we call the negative desire, you can call it, and then desire, the wholesome, the skillful desire. So now you have to decide, and that's why this manasikara, where you focus, it's also about intention. You can call it manasikara. Sometimes it is called yoniso manasikara, ayoniso manasikara. So there is the intention and you can say an initiation. Intention. It's a combination of intention and initiation, right? It's a combination of both. So now but before that, you also have to clarify your desire. What is your desire? And that's why in the Eightfold Path, the first factor is sammaditthi, right view, right view. And right view is nothing but setting your own desire well, right? You have to, set your own desire. What really you want, right? What really you want. So therefore, if you don't have a clarity of your desire, which in the ideal sense should be freedom. So your desire should be freedom, right? But that is with that is based on wisdom. But if you don't have this idea of freedom, then you are going with Trishna. So Trishna is, you can say, an aimless desire. You can say, right? It is just our aimless desire. You can say, right? Aimless, or in, as Buddha mentioned here, the phassa, the contact, sensory, the sensory desire. Although Buddha did not ask people to deprive themselves of sensory desire. He said, of course, you can enjoy your life, you can have a good life, you can have a good experience of your life, but then not not having the view that this alone, the sensory desire alone, can give you freedom. Freedom, other meaning of freedom is happiness, you see. So therefore, the sensory desire alone cannot give you the ultimate freedom, the ultimate happiness, right? So that's why if you look in the middle, there is all this mention of, say, say feeling, right? So now in meditation as well, you get feeling, you get good feeling, right? So also when you eat a burger, you also get a good feeling, you see. But you know very well what the burger is going to do or to you eventually, physically and also even mentally, right? But when you practice meditation, it also gives you a feeling, good feeling. So feeling is very much part of our life, right? It is there. Then there is then there is samadhi, a total focus, total, you can say, total involvement. Samadhi, you can call it total involvement in one thing, that is also similar to, a similar thing is also done in, say, if somebody is an artist, is totally involved in the art. If somebody is now, say, software coding, is totally involved in that, right? Or so also somebody is, using the reels, mobile reels. Some people, they told me that they go into this reel for 3, 5, 10 hours, So it is surprising, 10 hours, So that in complete involvement, right? So whether it is a worldly thing or spiritual thing, or say within the worldly, some unhealthy and healthy thing, right? Now you are coding or you are reading something, you're creating something, which is a good thing, right? But then reeling, just watching the reeling, is not a good thing. But still there is, the concept is same, which is involvement, right? So complete involvement drives us, right? It drives us. Whether it is worldly thing, within the worldly, as I said, good and not so good, and within the spiritual, samadhi. Like you meditate, so then you get samadhi, which is deep. And when you achieve, if you really achieve good samadhi, you can be enjoying this deep happiness feeling, again, the feeling, the good feeling, for hours together. It may be 12 hours, 13 hours, just like you are with the reel for 10 hours, right? So that is something, is part of it, part of the whole process, in between process, So also mindfulness and wisdom. So all these different components are require mindfulness, wisdom, a feeling, involvement. Um, Contact is nothing but involvement, right? You have to involve, right? You have to involve with the world. So also you have to involve in spirituality. There is some kind of involvement, right? Our senses has to be involved, has to be activated, you know. Uh, so that's why within the, if you look at spirituality also, there is Buddha always advise to do different aspect, you know, like it may be listening, it may be teaching, it may be meditating, it may be doing some seva, you know, dana, you know, all these things. So we have to do all of these things, right? Uh, so you can see that the ultimate purpose is freedom, and the whole starting point is desire. You know, I think I will just make you to. I'll just just want you to just focus on these two things, which is the desire and the freedom, right? Desire is the origin, freedom is the goal, is the ultimate, is the end, is the ultimate aim. So these two are the goal, right? It is, as I said, it is in the spiritual context as well as in the worldly context. You know, in both. Let's take the example of a drinker. You know, somebody who drinks. So, what is the cause? You know, so there is a desire for freedom. So he drinks, and he drinks well, and for so maybe some 8-9 hours, he thinks he's in a trance, right? He is in some kind of freedom, because after he has drunk, he has there is freedom from, at least temporarily, there is freedom from all the whatever worries. You know, a lot of people, they drink because of worry, right? So there is no subsiding of worry. You know, there is an absence of worry, you see. I gave the example because why I gave this example is to tell you the principle, you know, the principle of desire as the origin, or as the root, not origin, as the root, and the principle of freedom as the goal. The principle is same in every part of our life, you know, in every sphere of our life, whether it is mundane and spiritual, you see. So that's why I gave the example of people who drink or do anything actually, you see. So this, according to Buddha, is the origin and the goal. You know, there is no other. He doesn't speak of any other, other answer for what is the beginning, how it all started, how our life started, what is the purpose of our life, what is the aim of our life. So these are the questions that I always get. So I hope with this sutta, you are clear about the question of who is the creator, and who is the creator, and who is the how our world creates, how our life. What is the meaning of our life? What is the aim of our life? So I hope it is clear. I'm not sure you are clear, but maybe you are clear. I'm not sure, because it is from a Buddha's new thinking, right? So Buddha's own, you can say, discovery, right? It is Buddha's own discovery. So it may be difficult for you to understand, but you have to look at your own life, right? You should not depend on, say, some kind of principle which is which is very abstract, which is very very imaginative, right? So you have to see this in your own life, in our own life. So that's what we see, right? So in one place, Buddha said that in this fathom long body, fathom long body means this 6 feet body, within this 6 feet body, the general feet, every different people have different size, but within this thing, there is, Buddha said, there is the origin of the world, there is the end of the world. Okay, so what Buddha said, within this, which also includes the mind, not just the body. When I say body, it is not just the body, it's the mind. So within this body and mind, there is the origin of the world and there is the end of the world. So it is within, in other words, we can say, within ourselves, it is there. So you don't look for outside, you don't look for other thing, right? It is, you can see all the beginning and the end within your own self, to put it in a simple way. So now what we should do? What we should do is we should we should see where my life is going, and how I am taking my life or forward, how I am taking my life forward. Because now you can see it is all yours. Your life is yours. Every meaning, purpose, cause, and including the master, the ruler, the controller, everything is you. So what it boils down to is that you have to take the responsibility of your life. Of course, in the mundane context as well as a spiritual context also. So that's what the Buddha is saying, and for that there is mindfulness, there is samadhi, there is wisdom. Mindfulness, wisdom, and samadhi. So these are some of the tools the Buddha mentioned. So I think this much, I hope you are clear. And if you have some more doubt, you can come and ask me after this program. If you're a little confused from today's talk, you can of course ask, or if you want to add something, say something, surely we will discuss. So with this, we come to the conclusion of today's Sunday program, and we do this metta chanting, wishing for the happiness of all the beings. And before that, I also wish all of you good health, peace of mind, happiness and joy. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhatu sabbade sabba buddhanubha ena sadha sote bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangala rakhantu sabba devata vena sadha bhavatu sabba mangala rakhantu sabba devata sabba sangha sada sote bhavantu Ayu Arogya Sampati Sagga Sampati Mevacha Atho Nibbana Sampati Imenate Samenjanto Ayu Abhivadana Silesa Nichang Vodha Pachayin Chataro Dhamma Vadhante Ayuvanno Sukhang Balanti Sabitiyo Viva Janto Sabbaro Tomate Bhavatu Vantar Yo Sukhi Degayuko Ichitang Pati Meva Samenjanto Sabbe Orento Sankappa Chando Pannoraso Yathati Sadhu. Now let us also wish for the happiness of all the beings in the universe. And may all beings in the universe be happy, healthy, peaceful and joyful. May they all be free from harm, danger, sickness and worries. May all their wish be fulfilled. May they all grow on the path of Dhamma and achieve the ultimate happiness of Nibbana. Sukhi bhave anicca ahang viya Itacha me sukhe honto majjata chataverino imam hi gamam khetam hi sattha honto sukhe sada tato paranchara jeso Chakhavale Sujantano Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. So thank you all of you for coming and sitting together and making this evening beautiful, powerful, energetic. And this way, all of us together can make this place powerful and helpful for your own life. And please don't forget to come again next Sunday as well. That way, you prepare yourself for the next Monday to Friday or Saturday. And by the time it is Saturday, you lose some of your energy and come back, take your energy again, recharge your energy, just like you recharge your EV car, you see. So do that, and it's good. So thank you all of you for coming. And before you go, have some prasadam outside there. And if you wish to read books, we have a bookstore near the parking area.